All right, welcome back to another lesson. This is lesson 12.5, which will cover more rational exponents. Simplify, assume all variables are positive, meaning we don't need absolute value. Okay, so if you look at the first example, this is x to the 1/3, which means that exponent is rational, but we have a negative power waiting outside. Since we don't want that power to be negative, we're going to use that rule that says that we can rewrite this as 1 over, in parentheses, x to the 1/3 power, and then we have a second power waiting outside. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to distribute that power of 2 inside of the parentheses. So then this is 1 over x to the 2/3, right? So then I'm going to convert this to a radical. So I'm going to convert this to radical. So then this is equal to 1 over, this is, the index is 3, so that means the cube root of x squared. Since in algebra we're not allowed to have radicals in the denominator, I'm going to multiply by the cube root of x because I need 3. I need x to the 3rd to be able to take it out of the radical. So multiply numerator and denominator by the cube root of x. So we can rationalize the denominator. So what happens here is we end up with the cube root of, let me rewrite that better. Okay, so this is the cube root of x over, we have x to the 2nd times x to the 1st, that's x to the 3rd. The cube root of x to the 3rd is x. So this is the answer to that problem. Okay, all right, second example. Now notice the power here inside of the parentheses is negative. So it's the same idea. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to distribute the power, then I'll bring it to the denominator. Okay, so then this is equal to x to the negative 4/7 power. Because we multiplied this 2 times that 2, so that's how we got that 4. Now I'm going to make that power positive by bringing the x to the denominator. So then I'm going to have 1 over x to the 4/7 power. The index of this radical is 7. The power of x is 4. So I'm going to rewrite this as 1 over 7th root of x to the 4th. Now I need 7 x to the 7th to be able to take it out of the radical. Since I have the 4th power, I'm going to multiply by the 7th root of x to the 3rd. I just need 3 more, right? So I can get the 7th power, and that way I can rationalize the denominator. So then this becomes the 7th root of x to the 3rd, because 1 times 7th root of x to the 3rd is 7th root of x to the 3rd, over x to the 4th times x to the 3rd is x to the 7th. The 7th root of x to the 7 is x. So this is the answer to this problem. So let me just write this more clearly. And there we go. Okay, so that's the answer to number 2. Number 3. So notice this one again has a negative power outside, and that applies to the 2 and to the x. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a positive power. So I'm going to rewrite it as 1 over, let's see, 2x to the 5/3 power. Notice that 5/3 power only applies to the x, not to the 2. And then now this 3rd power becomes positive. So now what I need to do next is distribute. Okay, so then this is 1 over 2 to the 3rd. And then this 3 and that 3 for the x reduce. So then this is x to the 5th. But 2 to the 3rd power is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, right? So this is 1 over 8x to the 5th. And this is the answer to example number 3. All right, let's go to number 4. We have a half power here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute that half power right away. Okay. So then this is 25 to the half power, and half of negative 12 is 6, so x to the negative 6th power. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to, remember this is the square root, right? So we have the square root of 25 over, I'm going to make that power positive, x to the 6th by taking it to the denominator. But the square root of 25 we know is equal to 5. So then this is the answer to this one. So 5 over x to the 6th And we are done with this problem. All right. All right. Number 5. So for this one, this 2 only applies to what's inside of the parentheses, not to the 4, because 4 is outside. So let's keep that 4 outside for now. And I'm going to make this a positive by rewriting it in the following form. So 4 goes on the numerator. And then we have x to the 2/5 power. And then we have the second power waiting outside. So when I distribute this power inside of the parentheses, we end up with, we have 4x to the 4/5 power. Okay. All right. So this is the 5th root. So I'm going to change this to radical form. So it's the 5th root of x to the 4th because the power of x is 4. We need 5x to the 5th to be able to take it out of the radical. So we're going to rationalize by multiplying by the 5th root of x to the 1st. Okay, because we have 4 of them, we need 1 more. And that way we can rationalize it. So then this is 4 times the 5th root of x. And now this gives us x to the 4th times x to the 1st is x to the 5th. The 5th root of x to the 5th is x. And this is the answer to this problem. All right, so I'll continue this lesson on another video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.